The monster, upon seeing Ye Wu, warned him against attempting to fight, claiming it would only make life difficult for him. Ye Wu, unfazed, wasn't afraid at all and immediately launched an attack. The monsters realized that Ye Wu was using fire attributes under crit armor, making him troublesome. Despite being at level 5, Ye Wu was unfazed by the comments about his low level, as many of his adversaries ended up dead. Ye Wu swiftly engaged the monstrous threat without mercy. The overwhelmed monster, bewildered by the unexpected display of human intelligence, speed, and attack power, found itself in a situation it hadn't anticipated. The monster, initially driven by the simple instinct to feed, was now faced with a formidable adversary. Fueled by anger, the monster decided to surrender. It realized that survival was a priority, and it had no desire to be obliterated or engage in a futile battle with Ye Wu. In a strategic move, the monster deployed its magical abilities to influence other students in the vicinity. Aware that Ye Wu wouldn't harm his friends, the monster sought to manipulate the situation. Recognizing the precarious situation of his friends, Ye Wu couldn't afford to be careless. The system notified Ye Wu that the true I had passed the cooldown period, and the lower form of the skill would be strengthened. With this enhancement, Ye Wu could now observe all target statuses. Ye Wu utilizing the true eye's amplified version, Ye Wu scrutinized his friends, obtaining more comprehensive information. Despite the enhanced abilities, Ye Wu faced a dilemma. The monster's influence had turned some students into a kind of zombie, complicating the situation. First, to make a difficult choice, Ye Wu decided to eliminate his colleagues, hoping they would find peace, and he could avenge them. The monsters witnessing Ye Wu's actions perceived him as a merciless individual capable of killing his friends without hesitation. In response, the monster resurrected more students, transforming them into zombies, creating chaos. Ye Wu found himself torn between the dead and the living, navigating a complex web of emotions. As the monsters waited to see Ye Wu's next move, Luo Feng and Tian advised Ye Wu to focus solely on the monster. Luo Feng suggested handing over the responsibility of dealing with the resurrected students to him. Ye Wu, considering the situation, created a Mirror of Truth special effect to separate the space, functioning as a shield. Ye Wu explained that some of the mutant disciples were still alive, urging Luo Feng and Tian to be cautious and avoid harming them. He instructed them to follow his signals to prevent accidental injuries. Ye Wu contemplated the limitations of the Mirror of Truth and the Shield Grenade's combination, acknowledging its passive defense and limited usage time. Intent on defeating the monster before time ran out, Ye Wu devised a plan to approach stealthily. He didn't fear the monster, he simply aimed to avoid causing unintentional harm. Meanwhile, the monster was taken aback to discover a cannon turret aimed at it, ready to unleash fierce firepower. With Ye Wu closing in and ensuring the monster couldn't escape, he strategically attacked the troublesome pair of wings. As the wings crumbled, the monster experienced pain, pleading with Ye Wu to cease the assault and spare its life. The battlefield hung in suspense, with Ye Wu navigating a complex situation, balancing the need for defense, strategic moves, and avenging his fallen friends. Ye Wu discreetly activated his true eye, scrutinizing every detail of the monstrous entity. Ye Wu, unaware of Ye Wu's observation, the panicked monster misinterpreted Ye Wu's actions, suspecting it was an attempt to thwart its mutation. However, Ye Wu's confidence in defeating the monster remained unwavering. The successful thwarting of the monster's mutation skill heightened its panic, realizing it wasn't a mere coincidence. Desperate to save itself, the monster attempted to attack Ye Wu, hoping to bring him down in a final act of defiance. Yet, Ye Wu remained assured of his ability to emerge victorious. The monster, driven by a mutation skill intended for large-scale slaughter, sought an escape to a safe haven, planning to regroup and wait for an opportune moment. In a last-ditch effort, the monster chose to flee. With only 10 seconds left to use the first skill and form, Ye Wu seized the opportunity. Assuring the monster not to worry, Ye Wu revealed his final skill, one that would swiftly end the monster's existence. Determined not to waste any more time, Ye Wu brandished the Crimson Star. Planting his sword into the ground, Ye Wu created a mesmerizing dimensional distortion. Even the seasoned monster initially dismissed it as an illusion. However, as reality set in, the monster recognized it as a true dimensional distortion, a phenomenon attributed to the power of a king. Astonished, the monster questioned Ye Wu's identity. Responding with a nonchalant fireball on his fingertip, Ye Wu hinted that the monster should worry about itself. He remarked on the creature's lack of stargazing, offering it a chance to appreciate the beauty of the sky. The small fireball transformed into a colossal, dense fireball, the Crimson Star, a force resembling a black hole from the sun. Disregarding the monster's plea for mercy and its offer to surrender all its possessions, Ye Wu's compassion for the creature had waned. Without hesitation, Ye Wu hurled the giant fireball at the monster, sealing its fate. In its final moments, the monster attempted to instill fear, claiming that even its demise wouldn't halt the impending monster invasion led by Master. Despite the monster's ominous warning, Ye Wu remained resolute. The impending threat of Master would not deter him from eliminating the present menace. The battlefield hung in suspense, with Ye Wu unleashing his formidable skills and the monster facing its inevitable demise. The monstrous laughter echoed through the air as Ye Wu's immense power finally crushed the beast. The explosion subsided, and the system notified that monster had been defeated. Ye Wu, in turn, earned 200,000 experience points and 3,000 currencies while reverting to his original form. Contemplating the identity of Ye Hao, the potential leader of the city's monster invasion and a formidable boss monster, Ye Wu realized the urgency of increasing his strength to face such formidable foes. For now, Ye Wu decided to set aside thoughts of future challenges and focus on examining the drop items left by the elite monsters. Monsters' loot included several items, such as a level 50 magic crystal with strong acid gastric juice capable of causing acid damage and weakening armor defense. Another item was the fatty kitten legs, the tender and juicy fleshy legs hidden under the Zerg's hard shell. Despite some damage to the Zerg's wings, they remained an excellent material for processing. Additionally, a skill book called the Level 50 Control Skill Book, capable of paralyzing enemies with words or sounds, caught Ye Wu's attention. However, aside from the skill book, Ye Wu felt that the overall drop wasn't particularly impressive, and he pondered his luck. Suddenly, the system alerted Ye Wu about the egg he possessed, dropped by the Devil Tyrannosaurus. While the egg had previously shown no interest, it now seemed attracted to the city bug's legs. The egg extended its tongue and promptly devoured the insect leg dropped by monster. The system then notified that the egg was very satisfied, increasing its love points by 1. Encouraged by this development, the system expressed the hope that Ye Wu would continue to feed it like this. As Ye Wu contemplated his newfound pet, Luo Feng and Tian Tian approached him. They inquired about Ye Wu's well-being, with Tian Tian even hugging him out of concern. Ye Wu casually assured them that he was fine and praised them for their excellent job in handling the situation. Luo Feng, feeling embarrassed by the praise from someone he admired, credited Ye Wu for helping him rise to level 15. Tian Tian, on the other hand, expressed her concerns about the injured students, feeling inadequate to protect her friends. Ye Wu gently reassured her, acknowledging the unavoidable incident and emphasizing that reducing the number of victims was already a significant accomplishment. He encouraged Tian Tian to be more enthusiastic, appreciating her efforts in the challenging situation. The aftermath of the battle left the characters reflecting on their achievements and contemplating the challenges that lay ahead. The remaining students gathered around Tian Tian. Some expressed gratitude towards them because the girls' actions had potentially saved many students from the elite monster's attack. More importantly, they recognized Tian Tian's abilities and apologized for previously saying negative things about him. From that day on, they regarded Ye Wu as the school's hero and savior. Some even showed willingness to become Ye Wu's subordinates. Teacher instructed the children to contact their parents about the situation at the academy. However, the children couldn't reach their parents and suspected that their parents might also be under monster attacks. Teacher encouraged them not to be discouraged, mentioning that although the security level in the 9th zone was not high, there were security forces from large companies on duty to prevent monsters from attacking civilians. They were advised to hold on and wait for rescue without giving up. Ye Wu approached Teacher and assured everyone that the monsters in the academy had been dealt with. He suggested that it was safe for everyone to stay at school. Additionally, there was enough food in the canteen for everyone to ration for a week, ensuring survival until a way out was found. The disciples agreed to follow Ye Wu's orders. Ye Wu sat near the principal's body and inquired about the principal's condition. Teacher replied that the principal was fine, but he had been injured by an elite monster and was still weak and unconscious. Ye Wu promised to find a way out and outlined his plan in 4 steps. In the first step, Ye Wu intended to use the Moss account's abilities to repair and upgrade the protection gate. The second step involved sending Luo Feng and others to the academy to clean up the battlefield and collect spoils. The crucial task was to visit the canteen and bring back food for everyone. The third step was to go home, meet his parents and sister, and then look for medicine for the principal in the black market. Meanwhile, the fourth step required notifying the rescue team about the security situation outside and requesting evacuation to ensure the academy's safety in the city. After considering all these steps, Yiwu shared them with Luo Feng and Tian Tian. Following that, Yiwu left the academy on his own, heading towards his house. As he approached the school gate, he noticed Teacher Jia's charred body lying stiff in front of the main gate. Yiwu blamed Teacher Jia for not defending himself and refusing to wait in the school security bunker with everyone else. In this era, lacking strength meant becoming vulnerable to others, risking being slaughtered. Yiwu recognized that his current strength as a blade wielder was insufficient. Continuing his journey out of school, Yiwu suddenly heard his little sister's unclear voice. Panicking, he opened the communication service on his hologram screen, asking about their current situation and whether they were in danger. Despite Yiwu's attempt to respond and share their location, the voice was lost due to signal interference, leading to a complete communication cutoff. Frustrated and angry, Yiwu ran as fast as possible, hoping that his family members would survive the crisis. Yiwu reaching the front of his apartment building, Yiwu was stunned with a pale face. The apartment where his family lived was destroyed and almost collapsed, resembling the scene from his nightmare. Worried that his family might be dead, Yiwu tried to think logically, considering that they wouldn't just sit still when attacked. Yiwu believed they must be running away. Suddenly, he heard a woman screaming for help nearby. Yiwu saw the woman being attacked by a large rat monster of a high level. With a single attack, he destroyed the monster's body. Frustrated, Yiwu questioned whether the woman was a member of the security team responsible for the area. Instead of answering, the woman asked Yiwu to remove the stone that had fallen on her foot. Annoyed, Yiwu kicked the rock until it shattered. Impatiently, he inquired about the fate of the apartment building and its residents. Cautioning Yiwu not to be too fierce and hasty, explained that the area had been attacked by level 20 monsters. Fortunately, her entire team fought hard, saving many people. As a result, most of the residents were successfully rescued and evacuated. Yiwu felt relieved upon learning that the monster in the area was only at level 20. This meant that his little sister and her family were likely safe and could handle the monster. Yiwu apologized to Qin Rui for being impolite earlier, explaining that he was in a hurry. He shared that his family was probably among the crowd being evacuated and inquired about the destination for the surviving citizens. Qin Rui, now able to stand, informed Yiwu that the citizens were sent to the nearest underground shelter, number 5, where 2 teams were guarding them. However, she expressed doubt in the effectiveness of the security team there, as their leader's level was only 30 and they couldn't handle high-level monsters. Qin Rui explained that her team belonged to Tianchuan Group, which coincidentally built some residential apartments in the safe zone, including the 9th zone. Yiwu, Tianchuan Group only sent low-level members like Qin Rui's group for security rotation, leading to their current predicament. Qin Rui approached Yiwu and urged him to come with her to the 8th safe zone, as living in the 9th zone was no longer safe. She revealed that she already had plans to leave the 9th zone using a secret passage provided by her group. Qin Rui mentioned that her house was in the 8th zone, assuring Yiwu that they would be safe there. In return, she promised not to abandon Yiwu and help him. However, Yiwu refused, stating that he still had family in the dangerous 9th zone. Suddenly, a giant leopard monster with a human body and sharp claws appeared. The monster seemed happy to see 2 potential preys in front of him. Qin Rui was frightened by the level 30 monster beast, while Yiwu was shocked, having not sensed the monster's presence earlier. In that critical moment, Qin Rui pushed Yiwu towards the monster, intending for him to become the monster's prey, and she ran away, desperate to survive and meet her mother. Qin Rui knew using someone as bait was cruel, but she felt she had no other choice. Despite her escape, Qin Rui shed tears of despair, knowing the sacrifice she had made. However, even though Qin Rui had pushed Yiwu as bait, the monster continued to chase after her, thinking that women with thinner skin must be more delicious. According to the monster, humans who use each other as bait are not good people. Therefore, the monster decides to target Qin Rui first. Between despair and tears, Qin Rui calls Yiwu for help from the monster attack. However, Yiwu doesn't show any sympathy and remains silent where he is. When Qin Rui is already seriously injured, Yiwu raises his weapon and finishes off the monster with just 1 attack. The monstrous creature immediately perishes, and Yiwu gains 5,000 times points. In this critical moment, with her body covered in wounds, Qin Rui apologizes to Yiwu for her behavior. She intentionally fed Yiwu to the monsters. Ye Wu responds, stating that he doesn't blame Qin Rue. According to him, in this era, there is nothing wrong with living for oneself, but someone still has to face the consequences of their choices. Ye Wu asserts that Qin Rue shouldn't blame him for not wanting to save her, as her health has dropped drastically, and she has to pay for her choices. Qin Rue's voice trembles as she grows weaker, but she uses her remaining strength to apologize and hands Ye Wu a scroll. Qin Rue hopes that the plan on the scroll will be useful for Ye Wu. With all his might, Qin Rue apologizes once again before finally succumbing to her injuries. Ye Wu takes the scroll from Qin Rue's hand, thinking that the girl doesn't need forgiveness from him. According to him, she is not guilty of selfishness but of her weakness. In these last days, weakness is considered a sin for both humans and monsters. Only the strong can be at the top of the food chain. Ye Wu is determined to become stronger and stronger to protect his family and precious friends. Holding the scroll in his hand, Ye Wu asks his family to hold on and wait for him to pick them up. At this moment, the system appears and announces that the host has taken a planning picture of the 9th security zone, which is full of blood. Meanwhile, along with the entire crowd of civilians, a security team continues to report to headquarters that they have escorted the civilians to shelter number 5, and everything is going normally. The leader of the security team, Mr. Wang, stands on the battle vehicle, expressing his misfortune for encountering the monsters attacking the city. After this, he plans to go to work, drink, and play cards until he's satisfied. Shen Bingmin, a squad member, comments that although Master Wang is a little rough, he is the most active when receiving assignments. Shen Bingmin also mentions that several teams have returned to the 8th zone, but their teams are still completing the mission seriously. That's called dedication, right? Hearing his members' words makes Mr. Wang excited. He held Shen Bingmin's neck and asked with a smile, "Is there anything good today?" The members chatted a lot today. Suddenly, other members reported over the radio that they had lost contact with Qin Rue. Even though before this, the girl took the initiative to stay in Zone 9, now she cannot be contacted. Mr. Wang and Shen Bingmin were very shocked to hear the report, but Shen Bingmin was worried that the girl might be caught by the monsters. However, Master Wang calmly said that they had cleared the area beforehand, so there shouldn't be any danger in a short time. Mr. Wang even suspected that the girl had defected. Knowing that girls are usually shy, he was sure that the girl had voluntarily defected to the queen. Mr. Wang slightly regretted not having looked at the girl more carefully earlier. Shen Bingmin wanted to pick up the girl. According to him, even if the girl doubted something was wrong, it would still be dangerous to leave her alone in that zone. Mr. Wang was silent for a long time upon hearing Shen Bingmin's words before finally saying to just let the girl go. According to him, right and wrong in this era are normal things, and there is nothing wrong with living for yourself. Since Qin Rue had chosen to leave the team, the girl had to take responsibility for her actions, and there was no need for the team to intervene. Shen Bingmin stared at the photo of him and Qin Rue. Ye Wu looked sad when he finally had to decide to follow the troop commander's orders. Master Wang looked at one of the civilians and thought that among this group of civilians, the strangest one was his family because they had a little girl who was already level 20. The troop commander wondered what happened to their family. Meanwhile, Ye Wu was busy staring at the hologram screen in front of her, kept trying to contact her older brother. This girl was very upset because she still couldn't contact her older brother and continued to experience very strong signal interference. Not far away, Nana appeared and asked Ye Wu not to worry. Nana was sure that Ye Wu would be fine. What's more worrying now is Nana's condition. She has to carry a backpack that is dozens of times bigger than her small body. Ye Wu's mother apologized to Nana for blaming the girl for looking too much at their things. Her smile asked the girl to just take off her backpack if she was tired. Nana answered that the bag was nothing, and the lady didn't need to worry. Even though in her heart, Nana was cursing in annoyance because the planet was like a broken place attacked by many monsters. She was annoyed because her plan to rule the Earth had to be postponed after all these low-level carbon-based creatures suddenly disturbed them. Even though after finally being reborn, wanted to immediately conquer the planet and make everyone kneel at her feet, so Nana was determined not to die in that place. Finally, their group arrived at Safe Zone Protection Number 5 in the 9th Safe Zone. Before entering the safe zone, the officer on guard outside the gate asked which unit the group of immigrants came from. Shen Bingmin replied that they are from the Swordfish Team, Security Codex 836D. They escorted civilians to come and take shelter. The guard team confirmed the security order was correct, so they opened the door and let everyone in. But before they all entered the gate, Suddenly, the ground they were standing on shook violently, and an insect monster appeared. Everyone panicked upon seeing the giant centipede monster. However, the security team remained quick in shooting the monster. Apart from the insect, other level 18 and 25 vicious monsters appeared. They looked happy when they saw many humans being sent to the door, as it was not in vain that they lay and waited near that place for a long time. Seeing other monsters appearing, the security team panicked and tried to attack them, but the monsters were too strong. The monsters felt happy as if they were harvesting food. Mr. Wong tried to protect civilians as much as he could. He ran over the body of one of the monsters and told it to go to hell. Mr. Wong was a little confused to see the insect joining the other monsters because this is not an insect habit. Master Wong quickly asked Shin Bin Min to restrain the level 30 insect monster. Meanwhile, the other monsters were directed at other security members so they would not attack civilians while fighting the insect. Master Wong believed that this incident was not a coincidence, and there must be someone responsible for this tragedy. But what is their aim? Master Wong came forward to attack the monster, and Shin Bin Min would do his part. Meanwhile, during the chaos, Yiwu's mother was separated from the rest of her family. The middle-aged woman was pushed by several people until she fell. A wolf monster chased them and looked happy because he saw a lot of food in front of him. Because of a scene like this, the giant's eyes seemed to see many flowers. Because his mother's body was weak, she fell and was pushed by people. The monster, seeing it, thought that she was its first weak victim. So, the monster immediately raised its arm to attack her. But suddenly, an arrow stuck into his arm, and a voice forbade the monster to touch his mother's body. Yiwu and his father had arrived just in time to protect his mother. Yiwu continued to shoot arrows to prevent the monster from attacking them. Yiwu asked his father to take the mother away while she restrained the monster. Yiwu believed the equipment she acquired from the black market would finally prove useful. Yiwu, uncertain about whether her weapon could withstand the power of the level 25 monster, she faced an unexpected challenge. The monster, irritated by the attack from someone at level 7, proved resistant to Yiwu's abilities and arrows. Despite Yiwu's continuous efforts, the wolf monster skillfully avoided her attacks and taunted her for lacking the necessary level to defeat it. Yiwu, desperate to protect her family, continued to shoot arrows at the relentless monster. In the face of imminent danger, Yiwu urged her parents to flee, but her father insisted their lives were meaningless without her. Resigned to their fate, the family braced themselves for the monster's relentless onslaught. Closing her eyes, Yunfei apologized to his older brother, acknowledging his failure to protect their parents. However, just as the monster was about to reach the vulnerable family, Nana stepped forward, extending both arms to block its attack. In a surprising turn of events, Nana swiftly intervened, chopping the giant monster's body and destroying it in an instant. Yunfei, astonished by Nana's unexpected combat skills, realized that Nana, whom they had perceived as a mere housemaid, possessed formidable strength. Nana, conflicted about her actions, received a notification from the system stating that she had gained 50,000 experience points and successfully leveled up. This revelation shocked Nana, as it granted her more control over her body. Yunfei, understanding that the world operated on the principle that killing monsters led to strength and control, Nana found solace in the simplicity of these rules. Filled with happiness, she embraced the newfound ability to control her body freely. Excited about the prospect of leveling up, Nana decided to embark on a massacre, driven by the straightforward and easy-to-understand rules governing her actions. Meanwhile, a peculiar little robot with a menacing appearance targeted a man in red, driven by an intense hatred for the color. Fortunately, Nana intervened just in time, unleashing a single, deadly attack that swiftly eliminated the monster. The small robot, now victorious, reveled in the satisfaction of gaining more points and experienced the realization that leveling up required an increasing amount of experience points. Nana pondered if the mechanism worked in such a way after witnessing her two brothers being defeated swiftly. A pig monster contemplated fleeing, prioritizing its safety over facing destruction like its siblings. According to the monster, Nana didn't seem human due to her peculiar and unreasonable power. However, when the monster attempted to escape, it soon realized it was being followed. Before it could comprehend what was trailing it, Nana's lightning-fast attack had already split the monster's body in two. The successful elimination of the monster resulted in Nana gaining a significant amount of experience points, propelling her to level 30. Despite her achievement, Nana wore a disconcerting expression, indicating that she still didn't feel satisfied, even after consuming a substantial amount. Meanwhile, on the other side, Master Wang and Shin Binmin remained engaged in a relentless battle against the insect monsters. Master Wang briefly diverted his attention when he witnessed Nana dispatching 3 monsters simultaneously. However, Shin Binmin promptly reminded him to focus on the formidable monster before them. The insect monsters continued their assault, with the security team leader collaborating with Shin Binmin to fend them off. Although the worm monster's HP had been halved, the challenge lay in preventing its mutation. Shin Binmin reminded Mr. Wang that insect monsters could change shape, laughing at their conversation. The monster acknowledged the human's knowledge but believed their fate would ultimately be a miserable demise in its jaws. Mr. Wang, despite considering the creature's size suitable for him to combat, acknowledged the threat posed by its mutant form. The monster swiftly transformed into small pieces, commanding its body parts with a level exceeding 15 to engulf the humans. In the ensuing chaos, Mr. Wang found himself panicking as the small monsters attacked him, adhering to his body and absorbing his cell phone. Within a brief period, Mr. Wang's cell phone had significantly depleted, reaching a mere 30%. The situation intensified as the insect monsters continued their assault, presenting an escalating challenge for Master Wang and his team. Shin Binmin attempted to approach his boss in an effort to save him, mindful of his status. However, he realized that his equipment and magic had reached their limits. Resigned to divert the monsters toward himself, Shin Binmin hoped his sacrifice would provide an opportunity for his boss to escape. Despite the commander's resistance, urging him to leave and survive, Shin Binmin persisted in his selfless act. As the monsters closed in around him, Commander Wang contemplated the inevitability of his fate. Pressed and surrounded, he considered the possibility of reuniting with his family, who had sought refuge deeper into safety due to the ongoing monster attack. Memories flooded Commander Wang's mind, recalling a promise he had made to his family before joining security team. He had vowed to move them immediately into the safe zone. However, upon returning to his village outside the safe zone, it was too late. His family had succumbed to a monster attack. Despite the sadness and regret, this tragedy fueled Commander Wang's determination to eradicate the monsters that had caused his family's demise. Summoning his inner strength, Commander Wang shouted and rid himself of the insects covering his body. Witnessing this, Nana swiftly moved, destroying the remaining parts of the little monster with a single attack. However, to her surprise, Commander Wang remained alive. Nana, though tempted to finish him off for the experience points, found the insect monster reuniting its remaining body parts and expressing anger at her for destroying half of it in such a short time. Commander Wang realized the monster had evolved and become stronger, making it even more challenging to deal with. Despite Nana's inclination to silence the commander, he persisted in acknowledging the difficult situation. Nana, in a serious tone, demanded that the humans open their eyes because she was about to reveal a form that transcended dimensions. Pulling out a sophisticated and large firearm from her arm and back, Nana unleashed its full power against the insect monster. The giant creature expressed surprise at Nana's abilities, labeling her as non-human. However, Nana's powers proved insurmountable as she obliterated the monster to dust. Her feat earned her a prize of 10,000 experience points, and she also had the right to claim the equipment dropped by the defeated insect. Nana felt a surge of joy as she received all the gifts, but suddenly her entire body froze, and even the little robot couldn't emit a sound. The family rushed to Nana and Commander Wang, their faces filled with concern. Commander Wang promptly examined Nana while placing the little robot's head on her lap. Meanwhile, Yunfei handed expensive medicine to Commander Wang in the hope that he would recover soon. As Commander Wang's condition improved, he expressed his concern that other shelters might not be as secure as Shelter 5. He suggested moving to the 8th safe zone. However, Yunfei hesitated, feeling that it was too far and would take them away from his brother. Yunfei questioned how his brother would find them, especially since they hadn't been able to contact Ye Hao. Despite attempting to reach his older brother again, Ye Hao could only hear an error sound due to signal interference. Nevertheless, Ye Hao unable to convey that they were in Shelter 5, saved by Nana and the security team from a powerful monster attack. They planned to take refuge in the 8th safe zone, but the disappointment set in as the signal interference disrupted the connection once more. In her frustration at being unable to contact her older brother, the girl received a glimmer of hope when Commander Wang mentioned a way to convey a message to Ye Hao. Excited, Yunfei learned that the commander had a simple method to expedite their move from the dangerous place. Moments later, with everyone gone, Ye Hao arrived at Shelter 5. Seeing the chaotic aftermath of a significant battle, Ye Wu worried about the well-being of his family. However, his attention was drawn to rows of letters and a code on the entrance gate, which he recognized as a message left by her. Baffled by the series of codes below the message, Ye Wu focused intently, realizing that it resembled an external radio wave code within the security team. He recalled the security team's visit to the school, providing explanations to the science team. Ye Wu searched the body pocket of a deceased security team member for a communicator, determined to unravel the mysteries encoded within the messages. He couldn't repair the damaged devices under these circumstances, Ye Wu thought. The true eye was still on cooldown, and its range was limited. Going to the 8th safe zone without a plan was not an option. The most crucial thing for him was to quickly contact Yunfei and the others. Moreover, whether the 8th safe zone was willing to accept all the civilians from the 9th zone was still unknown. Ye Wu decided to go to the black market, which was not far from where he was. He wanted to go there immediately to find a communicator. Ye Wu's arrival at the black market in the 9th safe zone, the situation was chaotic. Buildings were damaged, and many corpses were scattered around. Ye Wu realized that there had been a significant battle in that place. From inside the main building, someone could be heard shouting that anyone entering the black market was asking for death. There was a constant hail of gunfire right at Ye Wu. Fortunately, he managed to activate a protective shield in time. Ye Wu was relieved to see that the figure inside the building was still energetic. He asked them to stop shooting because it was him. The shooting stopped, and Miss Siyu came out of the building, apologizing to Ye Wu for the tension due to a previous battle. Ye Wu replied that it didn't matter because he was fine. Miss Siyu asked why Ye Wu came to the black market at such a time. Ye Wu explained that there were some important things he wanted to ask. Miss Siyu took Ye Wu into the main building of the black market. In the hall, Ye Wu was surprised to see that the place was still lively. He asked how it was possible that people could still drink in that place when conditions outside were chaotic. Miss Siyu explained that the people still drinking there were mostly treasure hunters. Their goals were money, wine, and women, so they didn't care about the monsters or civilians. Ye Wu moved past them, noting their strength and level, but they chose to hide and didn't care about death. Ye Wu understood that he couldn't change their choices, but he found it ironic. The two entered the Hamo group's VIP room. At this point, Ye Wu asked if Miss Siyu could contact Miss Imo here. Miss Siyu questioned why Ye Wu didn't ask someone else. Ye Wu explained that he couldn't ignore others because he was scared too. Miss Siyu held Ye Wu's arm tightly while expressing fear. Despite that, Ye Wu was not tempted at all. Ye Wu urgently requested Miss Siyu to stop joking, emphasizing the seriousness of the situation. Despite the urgency, Ye Wu sensed that Miss Siyu was not afraid at all. Finally, Miss Siyu settled on the soft sofa and informed Ye Wu that Miss Mo had not left the 9th zone. Miss Siyu had attempted to contact Miss Mo using the internal secure line, but the connection was interrupted. Hearing this, Ye Wu speculated that the interference with the communication signal was intentional, possibly by certain individuals. It appeared that only specific encrypted internal wave radios could still communicate with each other. Miss Siyu was shocked by Ye Wu's guess about intentional signal interference and questioned if it could be caused by wild monsters. Ye Wu explained that while it was a bit frightening overall, he couldn't draw a conclusion yet. His immediate concern was to make 3 requests to Miss Mo. Firstly, Ye Wu sought help in finding a radio communicator from the Tianchuan group security team. Secondly, he requested a potion effective for treating weak debuff. Lastly, the 3 Ye Wu wanted the royal cloak that Miss Mo had acquired in a previous auction, with Ye Wu expressing his willingness to pay for everything. Approaching Ye Wu, Miss Siyu inquired about the strange figure the Ye Wu saw. Ye Wu clarified that it wasn't about money, it was about feelings. Miss Siyu, understanding the request, assured Ye Wu that she would arrange for someone to find the communicator and potions immediately.